Nothing's worse than getting somebody's hopes up by comparing it to their favorite game, only for it to be nothing like it whatsoever.
Yeah. And like the thing is, I see what they mean. It's some of the stuff that you do mid-battle is kind of like what Lost Odyssey did, but that doesn't make the games similar, you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
And I think they're like, oh, emotion-filled writing, but the kinds of emotion that they focused on in Lost Odyssey, real different from like what that game seemed to focus on. So I don't know. They're like pressing all the wrong buttons when they say that. So it makes me a hater, even though I don't want to be a hater, you know?
I think it's okay to be a hater, first off. I think
so,
in
too.
fact, it's the spice of life is to blindly and blatantly hate things, even if you, like, you know, don't necessarily feel too strongly opinionated about it.
See, my problem is I like hate things with a real defined reason I can articulate it like it did just there, right? But I need to start I need to start hating to my full potential and pulling out stuff that I don't know shit about and then being like, I hate that for no reason.
Yeah, it's fun.
I want to achieve that.
You should. I think you do it very well too, because you are articulated, so you could just lie.
I could just make up a reason that's not even true.
Yeah.
I've thought about that, you know. People on my team have told me, hey, if you got into rage baiting, you'd probably be one of the best. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I did rage bait like on purpose one time where I made up this argument. Now this is one time that I in the moment thought I'm about to bait them. I'm going to see what happens. And it was a long time ago. Someone brought up degrees Celsius. Now I have a lot of European viewers. So I start talking about why I think Fahrenheit is a better scale. And I just said I just made up some logic that I do not believe in. And I was saying shit like, now I'll tell you the one part that I do mildly believe in, but I don't think it's a big deal. I like that in Fahrenheit, it's a smaller, or it's a more fine scale, right? Like the difference of 1 degree.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that because I can tell the difference when I walk into a room if it's 70 versus 71, because I keep my climate controlled, you know? So when it's up 1 degree,
agree.
I can walk to the thermostat and be like, that's 71, not 70. And I'm right. So what I did was I pretended that I really cared about this, and I just kept talking about how much I liked Fahrenheit more than Celsius for all these little number reasons. And people, the chat has never been so active. Not once has it been that active. They were like, but what the f is 32 degrees for freezing? I don't get it. And I was like, you don't understand. And
it's a good vibe number for freezing,
I was making up all these reasons why it made sense. And I was like, what, you can't count? You need it to be 0 because you just can't, you can only think in 0 and 100.
You can't conceptualize this? Yeah, right?
Yeah, making fun of them. It was an affront. Yeah, the whole like European Twitch audience came to my chat and were freaking out. And then I looked at that and I was like, you know what? I get why people do this on purpose. I get it, because this shit, I've never seen chat care so much as when I was really doing it.
Yeah, Fahrenheit is for people, Celsius is for water. I actually, I do kind of agree with that take. I feel like it's for more applicable, like GEEGA did say, you know, temperature, etc.
It is the truth. It is real. I'm just saying, I can feel the difference between 70 and 71. Therefore, it's so much better.
Yeah, a 78 degree day and a 76 degree day are two very different days.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Wholeheartedly.
I do rage bait on purpose a little bit, but it's usually something I actually do believe in, and then I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna talk for an extra 10 minutes on this because people are really like feeling it. But usually my chat knows it. They know I don't really care, so it doesn't really work on my own chat. It only works on like random YouTube commenters.
I think those are the best people to rage bait in the first place anyways, because it's inconsequential.